Pasadena, Los Angeles.
The world-famous hero.
Advised of the following facts. Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. On a good night, listener discretion is advised.
What did that guy say?
I don't know. That music was ripping, though.
The phone number for Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191. That's 1-800-LOVE-191.
And now, here's Loveline with your hosts, Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, indeed. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Shane, the porn star, will be in here tonight. Boy, it's really going that way these days. But, you know, if you got to go direction, Drew, you might as well go the porn direction.
You seem to be really delighted with Ron last night. That was like a moment.
Tyra Banks will be in here tomorrow night, by the way,
Wasn't
for Drew. Yeah, it was...
like a culmination of sorts.
Yeah, I guess...
Years of study.
It's like a kid growing up in New York and watching the Yankees and then spending an evening with Yogi Berra or something.
Right.
Maybe Phil Rizzuto. You know, it was a culmination of a life's work for me in porn rental.
Right.
You know, it's so funny. It was Ron Jeremy came walking in last night. He's been in the porn business for 20 years. He's made well over 1,000 movies. And he walked in. I've never met the man. He put his hand out and he said, hey, I've been listening to you for quite some time now, and it's really a pleasure to finally meet you. And I was like, my mind, my mouth was saying, hey, it's nice to meet you too, but my mind was thinking, we've known each other since I was a junior in high school. I mean... It's one thing, you know how when you watch a soap opera and you think you know somebody, or you know you get that relationship?
Yeah, this has been quite a bond.
Imagine seeing a guy blow himself. I mean, you really, you only not only think you know him, you think you grew up with him, and you know went to camp with him. All right, I have some very sad news to report today. My dog Lotsie passed away today.
What happened?
It's horrible. I took her in to be, now do you say spay or spade? Like spade.
Yeah.
But the procedure is called spay.
Spaying, I think.
Spay and neutered, but you'd have a dog be spayed.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, it's funny, yeah.
Anyway, brought, I know the girls. I was going to tell you guys in there, but it was so loud. Brought the dog in at 10 o'clock this morning. I was working on this TV thing, got a call at 1 o'clock, dog died.
On the operating table?
Yeah, that's right.
What happened? Reaction to the caliphate?
No, the dog had a horrible liver problem. Apparently, according to the vet, the dogs have like 5 liver sections or something, and 2 of this dogs were like hamburger meat.
From what?
Don't know. He doesn't know. He says she's too young for cancer, but I don't know. He didn't know.
Do we need to be checked out here? I mean, do you need to be?
Do I need to be checked out?
I mean, should we be worried about it?
You mean like I got hepatitis or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I went from worried about the dog to worried about me. Really?
I don't know. Or worried about the dog exposing you to something? I don't know.
I don't know. I should look into that.
Well, the vet needs
should I go to the vet?
Can you have the vet give me a call? I'm serious.
The vet?
Tomorrow.
All right, Drew. Oh, no, please. The vet took... Okay, but wouldn't the vet be concerned?
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like he was very clear with you, or he didn't do any of the work.
Well, first off, all this went through my girlfriend Lynette, because I was out all day today, and she was trading calls with him back and forth. She actually went into the office and looked at pictures of the dog's liver today.
Oh, my God.
By the way, I don't want to make a joke of this, but it's a bad sign when you take your dog in that morning to get a operation done, and you go back that afternoon to look at pictures of the dog's liver. Bad sign.
Not good.
Not good. That means things didn't go quite as planned. But they took the dog's liver. They gave the dog an autopsy. This guy's, I don't know if he's Quincy or vet, but he felt so badly. He said this has never happened before. The guy was crying on the phone with Lynette. Lynette was crying her eyes out. It was a mess. She took the dog just to, and I'm broken up about it, but Lynette is just a mess.
Oh my God.
Last night was the first night of puppy class at the doggy training school.
She took him?
Lynette took the dog because I was working late, got the leash and the choker, showed the papers, ran the dog around the Studio City Park there for an hour and a half.
Oh, my God.
So that was all. I mean, we're talking, 11 hours later kind of thing. So she's devastated. But the doctor gave the dog a autopsy, found this liver in horrible condition, couldn't figure out why the liver, too young for cancer.
Yeah.
So sent the liver out to be biopsied.
Yeah, good.
And won't get the reports back in like a week.
Okay.
Meanwhile, says too young for cancer. I said maybe the dog drank some paint thinner or something. I got stuff around the house,
Sure. Sure.
No, didn't think it was that. Thought it was something genetic, and nothing could have gone this bad this quickly, according to the doctor. That's his theory.
You got to get me the results.
Okay.
Wouldn't there be some kind of a symptom? I mean, was the dog sluggish? Or?
No.
Liver disease, it's funny. It's hard to know. Like, for instance, if people take a Tylenol overdose, they're totally normal for about 3 days. And then they just die. They go south real
There's
fast.
no pain involved? There's nothing?
No, not necessarily.
Or
Later on there is,
discomfort?
yeah. Oh, yeah, as the
But
thing
if
really
the
shuts
liver was
down.
this bad, there was...
But maybe it was within a few days of travel. I don't know. We're always
so
speculating. We
sad.
gotta get the-
I know. Oh, the
Just what
little
you need
chew
right now.
toys, even the crap lying around the yard reminds me of her. Oh, I know. And Dave, the goon that I employ to work on my house, and I mean goon in a nice way.
Oh, he loved that
Dave
dog.
was this dog's
Oh, yeah,
nanny.
I saw them.
Because Dave would show up at my house and take care of the dog all day while Dave was painting the house, and I'd be gone all day.
Does he know yet?
Oh, I told Dave, and let me tell you, Dave's a guy who got tossed out of the military for beating up an officer. Dave put a call into the vet. There was a disturbing, as the vet described it, a disturbing call came in.
Oh, my God.
Dave threatened a little violence or something. He was very upset, too. Actually, Dave took the dog down to the vet this morning, so he was...
Oh, my God.
He was a mess, too. But, the funny thing is, so I was in the middle of work when I found this out, and a few people found out because Lynette had called me, and I wasn't there to get the message and this and that. And women just immediately hug you. And guys have no idea, how to react. It varies from, you get the punch in the arm to, a pause. And guys are always thinking, okay, here's what you do. Guys always got a plan. Any plan other than just sit there and start bawling their eyes out and start hugging you, right? So here's the plan. My father-in-law, this happened to him. He backed over the dog. He went out, bought the exact same dog, brought it back that day, named it the same name, and they've totally blocked the whole experience out of their head. That's what you should do.
Oh, boy.
Then another man, the dog was named after my grandfather that passed away 6 months ago. And so naturally, the suggestion of don't name it after someone who just kicked off came up. Guys they're very sensitive. They just don't know how to react.
This does bring up an interesting point, though, and that people need to understand. We talk about surgeries. People want to get a breast enlargement. They want to get a vaginal reconstruction and stuff. I mean, surgeries are very serious. I mean, let's say that this was some complication of surgery, and really that's just what it was. It really had nothing to do. Maybe it was the gas they gave the dog or something. I mean, things happen like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime you go down, there's some sort of chance that you may not come back.
Yeah, and people need to take this stuff very seriously. And
boy.
I know there's a article was released today, sort of went into the lay pub press, that suggested that there are hundreds of thousands of deaths attributable to medication every year, or 100,000. And, medicines are dangerous.
Yeah.
They aren't going to cure everybody. They're going to make people healthier. It's going to help people protect them from things that are very dangerous, but not make people healthy if they're already healthy.
Another guy suggested that I now go on a campaign to stop people from having their dogs spay or neutered.
Oh, jeez. Call Susan Powder.
Yeah, I'll put an end to this madness. So, anyway, all right. Do I got to have the guy call you and talk about the liver?
No, you got to get me the biopsy results. Okay? You got to get me those.
Why? Because I could have gotten hepatitis from the dog, or the dog could have gotten hepatitis from me, and I could be harboring something?
If I don't know how that stuff, if that affects dogs the same way. I don't know that for a fact. But if that's what he has, then yeah, we have to
bring
check
it up.
into it.
The guys.
Sorry, you want to be curious. You could. I would want to know. It's just
Well,
so strange.
Lynette saw pictures of part of the dog's healthy part of the liver and the other part, and obviously she's a layman, but she said one looked like hamburger meat.
Yeah.
And the dog was only 6 months old, so, you know, I don't know how much could have gone wrong that fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But who the hell knows? If a dog's 6 months old, but it's 7 years to every 1 year, then it's like 3.5 years.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, anyway, very trying times. I'm all right. I'm a little upset, but as soon as Lynette lost it, then I lost it. And I'm sitting at work, you know, with 5 guys in the room trying to do some comedy. Lynette's on the other phone losing it. Now I'm losing it. And it's just a mess. Anyway, all right. You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Now I got to worry about hepatitis.
No, don't let me worry about it.
Jennifer.
How bizarre that you just have been talking about getting the hepatitis vaccine.
Okay, Drew. That's enough of that. I don't know that the dog had hepatitis, you
that.
imbecile. I don't even know if dogs can get hepatitis.
I don't
The
either.
guy didn't say hepatitis.
Right.
They don't drink. Too young for cancer, so I don't know what the liver is. But at one time, the thing knocked over some paint thinner and was rolling around in it. And then I started feeling like hell because I thought the thing lapped up some paint thinner and it destroyed the liver. But the doctor said, no, wouldn't have been that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Jennifer?
Hi.
What's going on?
Sorry, I got a cold. Sound really bad. I had a question. My boyfriend is like trying to convince me to have a threesome with one of his work friends.
A guy?
Yeah, another guy.
That's
And
a
I
little bit of a
already
switch,
told
isn't it?
Yeah. And Drew, just be honest. Don't you consider that even a little more suspect?
Yeah, like there's a real reason for that, a more compelling reason for that than just some fantasy.
Well, at
Yeah.
first he wanted a girl.
Oh.
And so he's basically just the whole fact of having a threesome is what arouses him about it.
How old is he?
He's 26.
Yeah, well, I mean, a threesome or an orgy and all that stuff sounds good to everybody, but an orgy with me and 8 guys doesn't sound that great. Me and 8 girls sounds great.
You don't want to do this, is that right?
I definitely don't want to do it, and I
Then
told him.
end the discussion.
Well, I've tried, but he's very persistent about it, and I don't know how to tell him.
All right,
I mean,
well,
I've told him. and
We're going to talk to him, Jennifer.
I've tried.
No, we are.
Oh, you are?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, I think
Kill
so.
me.
He'll kill you?
He'll kill me.
How old is he?
He's 26.
He can't be too tough. He wants to have a threesome with a guy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, how tough can he be?
Well, true.
He's 26.
Mhm.
You're 18.
Mhm.
Where's he work?
He works for an electronic company.
Mm-hmm. And is he bisexual?
No, he's very, very straight.
Very straight, but he wants another man involved?
He basically his reasoning is he wants to see me get satisfied. And
Right.
I haven't even slept with him
Yeah, I wouldn't
You
really
have-
use
wait.
the word satisfied there.
You haven't what with him?
yet. I haven't even slept with him yet. And that's what was really
This is diabolical. The guy goes right to the threesome.
exactly.
I like that. Why haven't you slept with him?
Well, we've only been, with each other for about a month, and
Oh, this is all very suspect. No, Jennifer, be very slow with this one. Be very careful. Please, this is not somebody who is a month into a relationship seems to have no concern for what you wish out of this relationship. You
haven't even
suspicious.
nailed her yourself. You want to see somebody in shipping nail
But
her?
making her uncomfortable with this business already. Just please, when he feels comfortable, imagine what kind of crap he's going to be.
All right,
suggesting.
let me explain my quick philosophy. People fall into one of 2 categories. You're either okay or you're flawed. There's a flaw.
This guy's flawed.
Yeah, you're flawed. Like, some diamonds are worth more because they're perfect, and others have big cracks and spider webs running through them, and they're flawed, right?
Yeah.
And all I have to hear is a couple of things before I label someone flawed.
Oh yeah.
This is flawed.
Yep.
He's 26, she's 18. He wants to have a threesome with another guy, although he's very heterosexual, but he's so heterosexual he hasn't slept with her yet.
Been together a
They've
month.
only been together a month. He's trying to bring a new penis into the room.
No, forget it.
You can't explain this kind of stuff away.
No.
Right?
There's a reason.
Flawed.
For it. Yeah.
Flawed, like a unibody car that gets wrapped around a telephone pole. It's always going to pull a little.
It means
It's
something.
never going to be right again.
Yep, I agree.
Something's up with him.
Yep.
Okay. Be smart and dump him. Sarah,
oh, hi.
you're 15.
Yeah.
And Drew, hold on for just 1 second. Do you even have to think twice about saying dump him?
No.
You don't think maybe I should hear his side? Maybe I
No.
should get to know him. Who knows? There's other facets to this man.
No.
There's other aspects to
No.
his personality.
Get
Don't
out.
he? Just flawed.
Go. Get
Flawed.
out. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Sarah.
Can I talk?
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Drew.
Yes.
All right. Wait
no,
a
no, I want
minute.
to talk.
Man, I don't need that
Yeah,
attitude.
Sarah, go ahead.
Dog passed away today, Sarah.
I'm
Does
sorry.
it mean anything to you?
I'm really sorry.
Okay. Go ahead.
What's
Okay,
up?
Dr. Drew,
Yeah.
I think that you are so incredible. Oh, my God. I think I'm in love with you. You're so hot and you're so smart. I love you.
Okay, Sarah.
I think, oh, my gosh. Are you going to the HM Festival?
Yeah, he is.
You are. Oh, my goodness.
I'll be there too, Sarah.
Okay, that's nice. But, Dr. Drew, you're going to be there?
You know, I may have hepatitis.
Really?
I may be dying of the same thing that killed my beloved Lotzie mere hours ago.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I'm very interested in Dr. Drew.
I'm homosexual.
All
Sarah,
right, do you hear that? He's
Really?
off the market.
Sarah, I've got a wife whom I love very much, and I have 3 kids, and I
Well,
appreciate your interest.
Can I
and-
touch you?
Yes. You can touch him in a very intimate way.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
I've had anal
interested.
sex. Sarah.
All right, please, Drew. Enough. You're
All right,
digging a ditch here. All right, Sarah, any other things you want to say to Drew before we let you go? What would you do to Drew
No.
if you were in a hot tub with him?
It's too foul.
Good.
Okay.
And why the attraction to Drew? Is it just the raw masculine good looks, or does it have something to do with that untouchable doctor thing?
I don't know. He's just like really, really hot, and then he's so smart. But then he's like so good to his wife and his kids, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, he's just like perfect.
right.
I love you, Dr. Drew.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Sarah.
He loves you too, Sarah.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
Great.
Good night.
Fantastic. See, that's a real turn on for women, that you're so dedicated. You're so dedicated to your wife and your kids that really sucks them in. I mean, really does.
You know what,
And
though?
we've talked about this before. You find me a woman who's been married for 10 years, has 3 kids, and is known as being very dedicated to her husband, and it doesn't do anything for guys, other than they like to put a hit on the guy.
Right.
And get next to her, but they don't yearn for her.
But I think our society is changing a little bit, and young people are kind of reflecting that, and people are more open with their desire for that kind of a person. Well, when we were kids, I can't imagine anybody stepping up and saying something like that.
Well, part of it is just I think if every guy is married and dedicated to his kids, then the guys who are out getting drunk and carousing
Maybe.
become the hot commodity.
Right, maybe.
It's such a novelty in this day and age, and especially in this city, to have a man who's has a career on TV and radio and all that, being very dedicated to his family.
Right.
That it's novel excitement for the ladies. Plus, you're not tough on the eyes, Drew. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's interesting. I appreciate that. You've always become very communicative and open in the face of tragedy.
Bunch of guys socking me in the arm and telling me about their dog dying. That's what guys do. If your dog dies, be prepared. There's nobody who hasn't had a dog who's died at one point or another, and now you can add my name to that list. And they'll all tell you that story.
Was this your first dog?
I have. This is what I was bawling about in my laundry room today when Lynette and I were like a couple of. It was like a Lebanese funeral or something.
God,
I mean, we were wailing like banshees down. I do fine. I'm good. I'm good for a long time. And then Lynette just starts going with the rawhide chew and the big ears, and then I'm a mess now. Then I'm going too,
Oh, God.
Plus, then leave it to women. My girlfriend gets mad at me for not crying enough.
Right.
So,
She's probably mad at you for working tonight. Right?
I thought
Am I
about that. I don't know. No, she didn't say anything about that. But she started to get mad that I wasn't, that I wasn't crying. So, But what was I saying? I'm bawling away and talking about the dog, and every guy just tells you a story about how their dog died.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to, one guy backed over his dog. It's like dad got drunk and shot it. The other one just died of old age. It's funny. You go, oh, okay.
This may be your pilot right
Yeah,
here.
I feel better. Annie.
Yeah.
You're 23.
Yeah.
What's going on?
My husband and I have been together for 6 years, and I've always had a very high sex drive. On average, we've had sex about 4 times a week. And I had a baby 14 months ago. And since then, I've not wanted to have sex.
Was it a normal pregnancy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And any complications during delivery?
Not with this pregnancy, no. I was pregnant a year before he was born, and I did have a miscarriage.
Have you had any mood problems since the pregnancy, delivery?
During the first 3 months of my pregnancy, I cried
How about
a lot,
since delivery?
No.
Are you on any medication?
I'm on birth control.
Which one?
Triphasal.
Well, that's the right treatment. In fact, some people suggest that if you have loss of libido after pregnancy, a triphasic pill like Triphasal could help restore it.
What's the one that makes you horny? That one?
That one, yeah.
What's the one that curves your sexual appetite?
The monophasic ones, the other ones.
So you should try for the horny ones if you can,
She's
right?
on the horny one,
That's
yeah.
the one
Yeah, I know. I just mean one should.
Right.
Well, look, listen, if you weren't on that pill, think where you'd be. You'd be able to keep beer in your crotch.
Is there anything about being a mother now that's problematic?
No.
Are you overworked?
Mom, I have, my son is great. He's wonderful.
Huh.
He never cries. I mean, he's perfect.
Huh.
And my husband is wonderful.
Hard for me to imagine that, by the way.
He never cries? 3-year-old?
With all your kids, I can imagine. I would split my wrist if I had so.
Please.
But
Look, when the dog went today, it's the first thing I thought. No way am I having kids.
Yeah.
That'd be
Isn't that amazing?
throw myself in the grave after they
Isn't that
went.
amazing?
I couldn't do it.
And then you live day to day thinking to yourself, what if something should happen? It's just
No,
horrible.
can't do it.
Yeah.
I live vicariously through you.
Okay.
Through the kids, not the wife.
Yeah. Well, Annie, I don't have any easy solutions for you. If talk to your gynecologist, see if there's any hormonal issues that might be contributing to this. And if it's really beginning to disrupt your intimacy with your husband, it's time to get some couples therapy, have this looked at from a psychological perspective. It may be that you have a mood disorder. Up to a year afterwards, any mood disturbance within a year of pregnancy can be considered a postpartum depression, and it can last for a while. And certainly that can affect your sex drive. So it's possible that she sounded kind of down. We didn't get much of a chance to talk about it. And she had said she'd been crying a little bit during part of the pregnancy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
We're going to go to break. We're going to come back. Shane, the porn star, is going to be in here. And let me tell you about this Shane. I don't believe I've ever seen her in real life except for tonight. The problem with most porn stars, and Drew, would you just please act like a man for a second and listen to what I'm saying? Porn stars have a certain sort of plasticness about them that almost you look into their eyes, they're a little vacant. They wear a little too much makeup, and they look a little too distant.
Well, the ones we've met in here, it's been interesting. You wouldn't expect to see that person like on the street or anything. You'd stand out.
Ron Jeremy, you'd expect to see on the street.
Right.
Perhaps holding a sign that said, we'll work for food or something like that. But Ron, you could see on the street.
Right.
But most of the women, they're glazed over, a little bit like a donut. You don't get the feeling for them. But they don't have that sort of cute, perky, girl next door kind of chick who sits behind you in biology class. This Shane, she's got that going on, and that's very, very attractive to me. Perhaps she can pull me out of my funk.
Okay.
And to answer your question, this was my first dog. That was the tough part. But anyway, I will not harp any more about that. We'll get on to the pornography all after this.
With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, indeed. Well, I miss that John Bobber. It's been a little while. I'll get him back on the show. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Tyra Banks will be in here tomorrow night. And tonight we have Shane. Now, Shane, how long have you been in the adult feature film business?
6 years, going on 7.
And we're just talking off the air. Shane's not with a company. You have your own company.
This is correct.
A lot of, basically, what we were talking about it last night. Every night's porn night here on Loveline. And, actually, while I was, while my girlfriend was between crying, yelling at me, what porn star are you going to have on tonight, in jest? And I said, so it was one of these, what porn star are you having on tonight, Shane? Are you having another porn star on? Yeah, it'll be fine. But then
I'm a married porn star.
Yes,
And I have a monogamous relationship with my husband, so
Right.
she has no worries. I'm a happy married porn star.
Well, I was thinking while I was like doing laundry and crying, I thought, hey, yeah, what the hell's going on with this show? We got porn stars, we got anal sex experts, this and that. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, that's a show. I mean, it's a sex show, for Christ's sake. It's not a gardening show. And then I was okay again. How long have you been married, Shane?
A year, May 3rd.
A year, May 3rd. And is the guy in the business?
Oh, God, no. No.
Would you be all right if he was?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
You'd get jealous?
I wouldn't want to be involved with anyone that was in this business. I tried it. I don't want to do it
How
again.
come nobody wants anybody they know to be in their business or their kid? You know, whenever you hear some celebrity interviewed, and there's some guy, I'm trying to think, pick a guy, Charlie Sheen or Emilio Estevez, what's his name? Sheen. Martin Sheen. Or whoever. And they're always talking about praying that their kids didn't get involved with whatever business, with the acting business.
Yeah.
And anytime you talk to anybody, they don't, their dads, they never want their kids. Like I was just down at the races 2 weeks ago, and all these dads, their sons are all racing now, but they never wanted them to do it.
Right.
Because they know better.
I guess so. But look at them. They're rich. They made it out alive. So what business is the hubby in?
He is a paid musician.
And where'd you guys meet?
On a blind date.
Really?
How funny is that?
Yeah, but he knew who you were.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He kind of did. He knew what I did, but he'd never seen any of my work or anything like that. He didn't really know to the extent of really,
Yeah. And he's okay with
quickly
it.
learned. No.
No, he's not.
No, well, I quit doing boy-girl scenes as soon as we started going out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's quite a commitment. You
couldn't
started
have
doing
that.
just girl stuff?
Yeah, and then I eventually quit that too because, I don't know, the
Yeah, you do,
industry's just a little unsafe.
You do like girl meal stuff now, or what do you do?
I do nothing. I direct and produce now.
Oh, okay, so you're not in front of the camera anymore.
Well, I'll bop around in front of the camera, but I don't do anything sexual.
Bopping with your clothes on?
Okay, well, sometimes my clothes are off, but I don't,
You don't engage?
Yes, I don't engage. I
Right.
don't have contact with anybody.
Okay, so you're just, you're casting them, you're writing, do you write them?
No, they're not written. They're very different. I like take people on a trip. Like we'll go snowboarding for 3 days, and it's kind of shot like MTV style. We
Right.
shoot raw. I don't tell anyone like who they're doing scenes with, when to do it, where
Right.
to do it.
You mean the Shane's World stuff?
Yeah, everyone just does what they want to. So.
Right. It's sort of like the Seymour Butts stuff, right?
No, it's nothing like the Seymour Butts
Okay,
stuff.
wait a minute. All right, this is what everyone does.
I mean, it's a Gonzo line, which is similar. It's shot kind of the same way.
Yeah, here's
But
what I'm saying.
Seymour stuff is more set up than mine.
You say to Cinderella, hey, you guys sound a little like Metallica or something. Oh, no. It's like, wait a minute. Bass, drums, guitar, you guys are all banging away. Everyone's hair screwed up. No, nothing.
Have you seen a Shane's World tape?
Yes, I have.
And you think they're similar to Seymour?
Well, they're similar in the sense that they're just shot on the fly. There's not a storyline.
Gonzo line.
You take a camera, you go out, and you watch people having sex in sort of their natural habitat. But it's not like this. You're playing the Pharaoh over there. This is Cleopatra. There's nothing better than watching Cleopatra get nailed on some bad rust-colored shag carpet. You know, it's like, listen, could you just drop the whole historical thing and just get down to the sexing? I like it better in Shane's type of video though, because it's like you're peeking in on something that could have been going on already. It's not like you're turning back the clock and watching Cleopatra's got the zigzag man tattooed on her arm. You know, it's like it does kind of screw it up a little. All right, so I'm sorry, Shane. Go ahead. So you're next to the camera now, or behind the camera?
Behind the camera.
Right.
Yes. Sometimes in front. No, I host the show kind of like I'm bopping around in front of the camera
Right.
always.
And you got out of the sexing part in front of the camera about a year ago?
A year and a half, about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's all, you were saying off the air now, we had Ron Jeremy and I want to say, I'm ruining the wrong, thinking of the wrong porn name. Serenity. There's one name, Charisma. what I was thinking of. But anyway, Serenity and Ron Jeremy in here, and they're saying there was like some kind of big porn meeting, and everyone's wearing condoms now.
Well, I wouldn't say everybody, but
Right.
a lot of the bigger companies have chosen to go condoms only now.
And Ron was saying during the break they're going to have a hard time getting Europe to do this.
Right.
You know anything about that? Stinking French?
I don't know if they're going to really have that much of a hard time. I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see. It's
Right.
all like such a new thing that.
But it's all condoms for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went all condoms.
But not on the oral stuff.
No, not on the oral.
Okay, thank God.
It's
Thank
my
God we've not come to
understanding
that day.
Your chances of contracting anything orally, your percentage is a significant difference rather than having unprotected vaginal or anal
As far as
sex.
we know. Anal sex, yes, a lot different.
Oh, yeah. You ever do any backdoor stuff in your day? Handful?
Every now and then.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't dabble? Even Drew dabbles a little in the back door. I don't even like backdoor movies except for the title. You Bangus Uranus, and please use the back door. So it's going. Rose 15.
Yeah. I had a question about the morning pills that you take
The
after.
morning after pill.
Yeah.
Right.
Like what are those?
Birth control pill. You just double up on particular pills, or quadruple up, depending on which pill it is. And you take it for a couple of days. You have to start it within 72 hours of the contact. And it's very effective.
Like what?
What percentage?
Yeah.
75%.
Oh, okay.
100% more than doing nothing.
Okay.
Why? What happened?
What's the deal, Rose?
No, nothing. But I just wanted to know.
Okay.
All right.
And most of our listeners sound like they're either they're reading the ingredients on a cereal box while they're talking to us.
Right. Or they're doing one of the games in the back.
Yeah, I've now finally realized what my mom hears when I talk to her. Hey, Adam, you coming out to dinner this Friday? Yeah, that's nice. I mean, it's pathetic. Hey, have you ever heard, Shane, you ever heard of a movie called Rex Kobo, Mr. Elastic Scrotum?
Oh, my God.
No.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. I read that porn title once, and it stuck in my head. I said, this is the greatest goddamn title I've ever heard in my life.
God.
I've never seen this, but better than, Bobby Hollander's porn bloopers. Rex Kobo, Mr. Elastic Scrotum. Better than you Bangus Uranus. Denise,
Hi.
you're 34.
Yep.
What's
I
going
want to
on?
give my condolences to you and Lynette about Lotsie.
Oh, why, thank you.
And I was wondering, Shane, have you ever heard of the squirters? Girls that squirt?
Yes, I have.
Is that real?
I believe so.
What is it and how do they do it? Can somebody learn how to do it? Or
Yeah, actually, I do a little segment in volume 2.
Really?
No, I think if you just find a certain spot, I believe that's what it is. And you're pretty much relaxed and not holding back at all.
What's squirting out of there?
That's what I
Now,
wanted to
that's
know.
where people get a little confused. Like, a lot of people think that somebody's actually urinating, but they're not.
No, it's like some sort of gland. Hey, do you have glands in your vagina,
Oh,
Drew?
yeah, lots of them. All
You do?
kinds.
I've seen
Barthol's
girls
glands,
squirt
Skene's glands.
so much stuff. You're like, where do you hold all
Listen,
that?
I remember when I was in junior high. Do you ever wonder if people do the same crap, if everyone does the same crap at 13 as everyone ever did at 13, or if there was just weird crap that went
In the
down when you
70s?
were 13?
Just weird in the 70s?
Somebody figured out something they called, it was called like licking, I think they call it. You take your tongue,
Hell are you talking
and
about?
you take your tongue, you sort of stick it out a little, and you roll it up as if you're trying to touch your upper lip with it. You go,
Yeah.
and this little spray comes out from
Oh, right. Well,
underneath
yeah. Yeah, that's your
the gleek. we call it glicking.
your sublingual glands will squirt.
Right, like once in a while when you get pissed off and you're yelling at someone, all of a sudden
Yeah.
this
Or
crap
yawning.
comes, you
Yawning.
yawn and some crap comes flying out of your mouth,
Or
and
eating
it's like
something sour.
your snake man or something.
Well, it's...
But kids taught themselves to do that, and the
that's where
bastards
it-
would sit behind you and do it on the back of your neck in history class.
That's so great.
Do they
But-
still do that, you think? Or is that just a bunch of retarded 70s
I
kids
have a
went to?
friend that did that to me just a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could do it on command. Like, it just go
That's what I love
flying.
about this porn industry. So is the vagina, can the vagina glick?
Kind of. It's some can, some can't. Not everybody can, as I understand it. And sometimes it is urine. There is such a thing as orgasmic incontinence.
Yeah, but you
the
can't
majority
shoot,
of times,
you can't shoot that.
The majority of the time, it is the various glands around the area responding to muscular contractions.
You can shoot urine. How come kids can shoot urine? How come babies can just pee like fountains?
Because the bladder tone is substantially better than, say, yours.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No, my bladder's just... I mean,
the prostate's swollen, there's a little resistance there to flow.
my bladder's like an old Boda
Gravity,
bag that's been...
the neck is dropped down a little bit, the tone is down.
Wait, like a Boda bag that's been on one too many camping trips or something?
You're supposed to be pepping him up tonight.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The bladder's gone. What is it? The liver's gone. My body is riddled with hepatitis. Okay. We'll be back with Shane. Shane, did you bring anything in with you? Could you go out to the car and search? You know, the beauty of porn stars is there's something rolling around that trunk. I don't care if you got to come out back here with a penis-shaped flare. I want you to go to the car and find something.
All right.
Can you do that?
I don't have my car here, but...
Ooh. But there's something floating around your car, isn't there? Like Drew has a bunch of like sample
think so.
meds and some Upjohn literature. I mean,
I usually
whatever you
carry
do
some
for a living,
videos.
there's something floating around. You usually carry a few?
I carry videos in case I get pulled over for a traffic ticket.
Yeah.
But my husband usually cleans them out of the car because he doesn't want me going around giving out my movies to cops.
This is a match made in heaven. All right, we'll go to break. From Shane's world. What a entrepreneur this young lady is. Moving from in front of the camera to behind the camera. From in front of guys to behind guys to having guys behind her. And then now next to the camera and occasionally mincing around nude in front of the camera. But no longer partaking in the sexual antics. But if she did, she'd put a condom on.
Yeah, if I were doing scenes, I would definitely be wearing a condom, but I'm not doing scenes anymore.
All right, so where are you from, Shane? Drew has a theory that I subscribe to some degree, that everyone in porn hates their dad.
Oh my God, I love my dad. He's the best.
No, I didn't say hate the dad, necessarily.
I have a very good relationship with my father. Very open, very...
Oh, yes. Hippie dad? That
No.
could be it.
No.
Mm-mm.
My dad's always been a very hard worker.
Uh-huh.
He's not a hippie.
And
Can't stand hippies or people that smoke dope. He's like very...
where are you from?
Here, L.A.
Really?
Born and raised.
Really? What part?
Hawthorne.
Hawthorne.
Right on the border of Hawthorne and Manhattan Beach.
That's beautiful country over there. Manhattan Beach is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hawthorne's not so great anymore,
Yeah,
though.
that's dumb. But Manhattan Beach is nice. See what a good host does? Right on the Hawthorne and Manhattan. Manhattan Beach is a beautiful area. See that?
Bridge.
The beach is always half full. And you grew up out here, and how did you get into the industry?
That would be from Seymour.
Ah, that's right.
Yes.
Seymour's a guy who he just runs around with the camera, and he makes a lot of these movies. But he did the big boob one, which I really enjoyed. That's one I saw once.
I didn't see that one. I
Well,
don't watch his stuff.
You know, to each your own. But I enjoyed that one. But anyway, Shane and Seymour, I guess, used to be an item, but they're not anymore, and she's doing her own thing. But how did he get you into the business?
I actually it was my own little idea.
Well, either he got you in or you got you in.
You know, it's not like I entered it going, I want to be a porno star.
How old were you?
God, that's a good question. 21, 22, something like that.
You know how old you were, please. You're
I
just
guess
trying
like
to do the math.
22.
Okay, so 22. What were you doing before that?
Well, stripping, bachelor parties,
Mm-hmm. So you're doing
nude
some
modeling.
Right.
Before that, I taught gymnastics to preschoolers.
Yeah, you look like a gymnast.
I used to be.
She's
certainly
right,
not anymore.
right out of a tampon commercial, this Shane. That's what I like about her. She's perky.
Oh my God.
She's tight. I see Engineer Mike over there. He's licking his chops like a coyote outside of a chicken coop. I think he's let's see, which Shane video should I watch tonight? Mike, do you have a Shane video floating around the wolf's lair there somewhere? Shane didn't drive her car. She didn't have her porn with her. All right, so you got
I'll join you in looking for one tonight.
You were.
I'll send you guys some in the mail.
You, Shane, you started doing the bachelor parties. You got into the stripping, then you went to the porn.
You got it.
Right, and you did that for a few years, and now you're next to the camera. And what do you think? What if your daughter, your potential daughter wanted to get in this? You think it's a good business, a horrible business?
You know, a couple years ago, if somebody would have asked me that, I would have told them, as long as I had a very good and close relationship with my daughter and I understood her intentions of getting in and thought it wouldn't be like a harmful thing for her, then I probably would be kind of open to it. But nowadays with HIV and all that stuff, no way. No, I would never want my daughter or my little sisters or any of their friends or anybody.
It's not like the good old days where they just had crabs, gonorrhea, and the mob and heroin.
But don't you think it's
dangerous now, Drew? Do you understand?
Well, I understand.
Okay.
That it supports psychological.
Oh, don't be kind, Drew. Go
Well,
ahead.
I don't want to be pejorative about it, but sort of elements in your psyche that maybe are not the healthiest parts, and allows them to sort of be reinforced. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you what Drew is saying.
When you time to get healthier, you changed. You made all kinds of changes and moved in a direction that I imagine you think is positive.
Wouldn't therapy be better than acting out? Is what Drew is saying.
I've had plenty of therapy.
Oh, you have. That's why you're next to the camera now. And why'd you have? I thought you loved your dad. What happened to you? Anything weird?
Well, I didn't even really meet my dad until I was in junior high.
Okay, but that has profound impact on you. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that it didn't, but I mean,
Why
my
didn't you-
relationship with him now, is awesome.
Well, why didn't you meet your dad?
Because my mother kept him away from me.
See, there's always a little. It's always a little something here.
They were very young when they were married.
my theory is one of my sort of a simplistic way of summarizing my theory is that women, young ladies, girls, get traumatized and feel powerless in their relation to male figures, completely powerless and annihilated. In their adult life, they want to fight against that powerless feeling, and they find a way to do it like this, stripping, things like that.
Emily,
Yes, that's probably true.
Hi.
you're 18.
Yes, I am. Adam, I'm really sorry about your dog.
Why, thank you.
That's just a horrible situation to be in.
Hmm.
But I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Drew, I am wondering if I could possibly have an STD. I'm a virgin, and I've never really been in contact with male genitalia or anything like that. But at the same time, on the outside of my genitalia, I have, they sort of seem like zits. They're sores.
They're not on the genitalia, but maybe in the skin part.
Right, and the skin.
Those are normal. You can't. They're called sexually transmitted disease because they have to be transmitted sexually.
Okay.
If you aren't having sex, you're not getting a sexually transmitted disease.
Okay.
As a general principle.
So it's just.
But those are basically infected hair follicles, folliculitis.
Do you shave?
No, actually, I don't.
Yeah, why bother shaving if you're a virgin? You look like Dan Haggerty down there. It doesn't matter.
Is there
seeing?
Is there anything to do about it, or is that just a normal?
Keep things real clean. Maybe some Physohex, some antibacterial soaps, hot compresses.
No, Oxy-10. I'll tell you, Oxy-10 works on everything. Really does. That's it, medicine? Excellent stuff.
Do you want to give us your?
Hold on a second. I want to find out why.
I want to hear your other benzoyl peroxide story.
And hold on a second. Oh, you mean with the Bondo?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good story. Hey, Emily.
Yeah.
When are you gonna lose your virginity?
I'm hoping when I get married.
Oh, okay. You a religious girl?
Yeah, actually, I was raised in a very religious environment. I attended church school up through my freshman year in high school.
Good. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Hang on to that hymen.
All right, I will.
All right. God bless you.
Can't argue with that.
When I was 19, I was working on my car with that Bondo, which is basically the plastic filler that fender shops use. You know, when you get a dent, this ding or big gouge inside your car, they bang out what they can bang out, and then what they can't bang out, they fill with this putty. Anyway, the way Bondo works is it has a big can of stuff that's perpetually gooey, but you add this catalyst to it, this orange catalyst that comes in a tube. It's drying catalyst, and you mix that up, and once you mix the catalyst with the gooey stuff, you got about 5 minutes before the thing dries rock hard. I was reading the side of the catalyst tube, and it said 80% benzoyl peroxide, which is, clear cells like 5% or 10% benzoyl peroxide. So I thought, hey, this crap's going to be about 10 times better than clear cell is. 19, I got a zit. I'll put some of this Bondo catalyst on my zit. Well, this crap is like, it's like rust red. color. It's a weird, funky-ass color. And anyway, basically it burnt a hole in my forehead with this stuff. And I was walking around with Bondo on my forehead. But I'll tell you, that's what dries it. That's what the drying catalyst is. All right, so you see what you learn on this show, folks? You learn about hepatitis, you learn about Bondo, you learn about pornography and how their immediate family can affect that. All right, Shane is here. Shane is the director of Shane's World. She's a porn star, entrepreneur, and thrill seeker. And we'll be back. Shane is here. She's a, she used to be a adult movie actress, and now her husband gets pissed off, so she moved behind the camera.
He does not get pissed off.
Yes, he's very jealous.
Come on, don't make him
Shane's
sound like
World are the name of the productions, and I'll tell you what, we got to go to a 10-second break here. We'll come right back, and we'll get to the bottom of some stuff that has to do with Shane's husband. In 10.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station.
KROQ-FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
The world-famous K-Rock.
It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That would be Dr. Drew if he was doing his effing job, although he's not, even though we get paid the same amount. Shane is here tonight. Shane of Shane's World. How many movies? How many movies were you in before you began? How many of you have had sex in? Number one.
Oh, God, I have no idea. I haven't done that many movies. I think I probably did about maybe 15.
15.
With the other. And I've done, I have 12 that are out
Butts.
of my own right now.
Always right.
Yeah, that's the other.
Right.
Anyways, I have 12 out of my own. 14
listen,
shot.
Shane, I know you didn't have the greatest relationship with Seymour Butts and so on and so forth, and there may be a little bad blood, but understand, when you marry a guy named Seymour Butts, his name's Seymour Butts, I would say I'm giving it 6 months, and somebody's going to lose an eye. So, I mean, you didn't do too badly. You're not that bitter for someone who was with a guy named Seymour Butts, who's a porn director. It could have been worse. That's all I'm saying.
It could always be worse.
All right, but you're past that now.
So past that.
You've moved on.
Whole new life.
You did a few movies with Seymour.
Yep.
And then you basically started your own deal. Doing Shane's World.
Yes. And
quite a liberating experience.
Only because he told me I'd never be able to do it.
Oh, that bastard. You see now, Seymour? Like I said, not a big Seymour Butts fan, but did enjoy the Seymour Butts big boob fest he had. All natural. There wasn't any implants in there. Very attractive.
Yeah, sure.
I swear to God, believe me, I know.
Uh-huh.
I know.
Okay.
All right, so Shane's husband is in a band called Orgy. You believe me?
How appropriate.
She was talking about having kids during the break to Drew during 10 minutes ago. They would be taken away immediately in helicopters. Husband, occupation, band member, name of band, Orgy. Wife.
You have a sexual mind. You have a very dirty mind. They don't mean an orgy like a sexual orgy. It's an orgy of music. It's a bunch of different sounds. And
Orgy.
That is where the name
band
stems from.
Name is Orgy, and you are directing. Used to be married to a guy named Seymour Butts.
I was never married to him.
You were his concubine. I would have the kids removed immediately. That's all I'm saying. If I was in charge, thank God we have almost no standards. Hey, Drew, I'm going to take that thing and throw it in a pot, a lobster pot. Do you hear me?
Yeah. I would be actually delighted, but...
Well, Drew, go put the thing out of the room. Drew's pager's gone haywire here.
I was going to say, you guys better say what you're talking about here.
Yeah, Shane is a porn director, for Christ's sake. She knows more about radio than Drew. Drew, seriously, would you shut your mic off? Okay, thank you. Mike shut it off. All right, Shane, so your husband's in a band named Orgy, and Shane said during the break that he's a drummer and that he sweats a lot, and she likes, she sees scent as an aphrodisiac, right?
Yes, this is true.
So what was my response to that?
Well, that wasn't the kind of scent I was talking about.
Right, but I said you'd love me because I break wind a lot.
Yes.
And then Shane is
I've
really...
never heard my husband break wind. He has never done that in front of me.
I find that amazing. You're in a band called Orgy.
He's
You're
respectful.
Your wife directs porn movies, yet you're too discreet to break wind, for Christ's sake. And let me tell you something, guys. You have to break wind in the first 3 to 4 months of a relationship. Otherwise, you get past that threshold and you're screwed now. Once you've established yourself as a guy who doesn't fart, you're effed. And that F don't stand for fart. You know what I'm saying? You go 2 years without farting, you got to go 200 years without farting.
And I want you to imagine that.
Yeah,
you'd explode.
Yeah, I don't. If I don't break wind in, like every 45 minutes, Lynette thinks something's up.
I don't say he
She
doesn't
worries.
do it.
You're
I say
having
he
an
doesn't
affair.
do it in front of me.
Fair. You're wasting all your gas on someone else. Is she younger? Is she more porous?
Wait till she find out it's Jimmy that you use it all up on.
Is her nose bigger than mine? So, all right. So he's got to start breaking wind in front of you. How would you react to that?
I would laugh. I'm sure if he did, it would be an accident.
I want you to understand something, Adam. For each of the last 7 shows, you've dragged our guests into your fart humor.
Is this true?
I prefer to think of it as my fart cloud that I've dragged
Well,
them into.
the cloud has emerged each and every night,
All right.
and he's established the quality of the guests by their ability to respond favorably.
Wait till we get Tyra Banks
You know
in here
what
talking about
frightens me
farting
is
tomorrow night.
Every 45 minutes, he mentioned he has to do this, and we're still here for about another hour, and we've
Right.
been in here a little
Don't worry.
bit. Does that
Don't.
mean any minute now?
He's probably slipped a few through already.
I'll do some
You know when he
math
does-
here.
when
That's
he
going to
goes
be
like this,
one.
He coughs.
Yeah, that means I'm farting. I've done some math. That means I'm going to let 1.3 farts in the next hour you're here. All right, Drew, you ready to rock and roll
on,
here?
let's go.
Joel,
Yeah.
you're 18.
Yes.
What's going on there?
Okay. I've been going out with my girlfriend now for about 2 years. We became sexually active about 3 months ago. And 2 nights ago when we were having sex, she started to call out her ex-boyfriend's name.
Haven't had one of these in a few months. You notice that, Drew?
No.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should, confront her about it. And
She was unaware of it?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Well, she didn't seem to. She didn't go oops and put her hand over her mouth.
No, she just she was just sort of going with it because we're maybe about halfway through it.
Mm-hmm.
And she called me Jimmy, and I was like,
Hey, wait a minute. That's my boyfriend's name. Said, wasn't Seymour. And your name is not Jimmy.
no.
Is it Joel?
Yes.
Well, it's a little close.
Did you ask her?
I was like,
Did you ask her about this?
I didn't really say anything because I don't know if it was an
I
accident.
understand, but so you didn't bring it up at all.
No, I was like,
All right. Well, we don't know. We don't know what's going on there.
And by the way, though, listen. I mean, I talk on the radio for a living. I screw up words,
yeah.
every fifth word.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's
Right.
just, and especially when you're at the height of ecstasy.
Yeah.
This is where the pet names come in handy.
Right, that's
where
why
you
you-
just get to say baby, baby.
You go with
You don't
Pumpkin.
have to remember a name, just a pet name.
Right, you go with Pookie, and even if you called your last 15 girlfriends Pookie, it doesn't
They
matter.
don't know it.
You're having an orgasm, you yell Pookie. Or monkey nipples. That's my favorite. But yeah, if I had a girlfriend named Gina, and my new girlfriend's name was Jenny, and I had a couple of beers and I was going,
And you would say Jimmy.
and I would yell Jimmy. That's
Yeah.
right, thank you. Thank you. That's my gay lover's name. Little inside comedy here. All right, so again, what did we learn? Pookie or monkey nipples?
Anthony.
Hi, I have a question. I'm diabetic, and every once in a while I'll smoke marijuana, and I've noticed when I do, my blood sugar will dip to lower levels,
It raises your insulin levels, interestingly. Type 1 diabetics usually don't have much capacity for insulin production, so it's
Right.
kind of interesting.
What is your insulin levels? Is that the opposite of your blood?
Well, what it is...
I mean, not blood, I mean sugar.
Yes,
Like
the insulin goes up, sugar goes down.
sugar goes up, insulin goes down?
No. Insulin drives sugar down
Yeah, insulin allows the sugar in your blood to be used for energy.
by cells, right.
But if
and
the
so
sugar goes up, the insulin doesn't go down.
No, insulin will go up in response to increasing blood sugars. But if you're a diabetic, you can't do that.
Diabetic, then if their sugar went up, then their body would produce insulin.
Exactly.
What's insulin made of?
A peptide.
Oh,
proteins.
peptide? Oh, sure.
It has a bunch of technical.
Shane was about to jump in there with the peptide and the proteins.
And so is that why like people like get the munchies too? Because
Yes, absolutely. That is why. Their insulin levels go up, blood sugar drops.
That and you tend to watch really bad television, in which case you start getting really bored, and then you need something
Now,
to do.
Anthony, two things. One is you're obviously very well informed about your disease.
Mhm, yeah, I got it about 2 years ago, and I learned as much.
It's
as I could
16. You'd be amazed how unusual that is. That
Yeah, my doctor tells me about that.
Yeah, the most adolescents reject the notion. They can't deal with it. So they get steeped in denial, and they stop taking their insulin. They go into ketoacidosis. They have all kinds of problems.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I have perfect control. I mean, I do have my highs every once in a while.
Have you tried the new Humalog?
I'm on Humalog, yeah.
That's great stuff.
Ketoacidosis, is that gay club run by those Orientals? No?
But this Humalog is ultra short-acting insulin. You can take it before every meal, and it really mimics normal physiology.
Do you have to shoot it into you, though?
Yeah, subcutaneously, sure.
And
But
I
it, but
use
it,
that, and I use the ultra lens.
You got to do it in a parking garage.
I've been using that Humalog lately, and just I can't believe the
What I
results.
love about Drew, I can just hear him there make corny pun jokes all night long, and he'll just steamroll right through them.
Well, a problem
Thank
with
you.
Humalog I've noticed is that sometimes like the carbohydrates that I eat will outlast the effects of it.
Oh, really? Interesting.
And
That's
I'll like sometimes find myself like if I eat like
So your sugars will jump up 2 hours later.
well right yeah, and if I eat a meal with like lots of carbs in it, the insulin will not
Interesting.
last things. So I'll find myself like taking maybe.
But let me Anthony, one quick point.
An hour after I eat.
Anthony, it's fascinating to you and me, but Adam has got his finger poised over the dump button here. But look, here's the point I want to make to you: is that you know that diabetes is a vasculopathy. It's the elevated blood sugar causes disturbances of the vascular system, particularly the small vessels. Smoking cigarettes obviously contributes to that. We think pot may. So be careful.
Shane's nodding over there. She knows the disease well. I know. Hey, listen, you make porn movies. Some people study vasculopathy. If I had diabetes, here might be my prediction.
Oh,
I get
you'd
diabetes.
be dead in 3 weeks.
My right leg gone in the first week, left leg amputated second week, and start making funeral arrangements. Start picking
Adam,
out caskets
I want you to
third
think
week.
about the fact you'd have to check. You have to stick your finger, put a machine, check the blood, clean it specially, 3 or 4 times a day. Plus, drop insulin, inject stuff. You can't walk.
I can't floss.
You can't
Are
wash
you
your
kidding?
hands. Floss.
I can't even wash my hair. I can't shower.
Right.
I can't trim my toenails.
You can't change your clothes.
Yeah.
But he can pass wind every 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, clockwork. Maybe you could connect that somehow to the
change my clothes. Drew, just because you see me wearing the same pair of sweatpants every night on this show does not give you the right to say I can't change my clothes.
And you tell us you sleep in the clothes that you wear here.
It's cold. You understand?
Thus, I conclude you don't change your clothes.
All right. All right, smart guy. That's all right. Don't worry. I just think I'm some other pet that could die tomorrow, so you could have a better time with me. Jim, you're 29.
Yeah, I've been having, ever since I can remember, every now and again, like sometimes it's 2 years in between, sometimes it's every 3 or 4 months, I go into a real deep depression, and I'm getting ready to go see a social worker, and I wanted to ask Dr. Drew if he saw a benefit in possibly going and seeing a psychologist or what's the
Some
difference?
social workers are very well trained as therapists.
Okay.
And it's hard to know the quality of the training just based on the degree in social work. You need to make sure this is a referral from somebody whom you can trust. But some of them are very well trained. Now, if the social worker sees a more serious psychiatric condition, then you need to see a psychiatrist to help manage the biology.
Okay.
That's how you get the medication.
But, go with whoever's cheapest first.
No.
Oh, yes. Start cheap, then you
people
work your way
don't-
up.
No.
Hey, how much is a shrink these days?
I don't know. Depends on. Medicare pays $25. So.
Hey, I got to see if my shrink is covered by something, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
All right, got to look into that.
I think people, for the most part, the ability of a therapist to even stay in business is going to require that they just go to cash business, and the people are going to have to just pay for that therapy the way you used to when you were a carpet cleaner or a construction worker, if they want to avail themselves of that.
What do you mean? You mean they can't?
It's like a therapist can't even keep their office open on what insurance companies pay them.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Right. And then the insurance companies give you a list of the crappy therapists they want you to.
Right.
And plus, these guys, it's like therapy and upholstery.
And they'll give you 3 visits.
Yeah.
like they're going to cure a lifetime of dysfunction.
Listen, nut job, you better be cured in 3 visits. I know your dad chained you to the radiator and sodomized you in a ritualistic fashion. So we're giving you 4?
Yeah, right. That's about the way it gets, Adam.
Oh, boy. All right, listen, I need some calls that have to do with, like, large breasts or something here, Drew, please. I need to drown my sorrows in pornography.
See what this is.
You don't even know what that call
I
is.
saw the beginning of it.
Hey, Don?
Yes, hi.
You're 28.
Yes.
You're on with the fabulous Shane.
Hi, Dr. Drew. I am. I'm a little nervous.
All right.
First-time caller. I listen. First of all, I just want to say I love you both. You've helped me a lot through a lot of different things. Adam, all your analogies to everything are hilarious.
Thank you.
I listen to you every night. My husband and I have a delivery business, and I drive all the time. So.
What do you deliver?
MRI films, X-rays and stuff to a hospital.
Really?
I used to work for that, and then we just started doing it as a business. But anyways, my question is, my kids are 8 and 5. Now, my son's always been the type who listens. You tell him, don't touch something, he didn't. Then my daughter comes along, and she does everything to push her buttons. And when she was about 2, she really started, talking back with the mouth to me and stuff. And my parents make me, as I was growing up, actually, my dad did no sleep, but it wasn't real bad. We weren't
He did what?
He had spanked us.
Wasn't bad.
My dad did, yeah.
Yeah.
But I felt like, well, I turned out pretty okay, I thought. And so I started threatening my daughter with, if you don't listen, I'm going to spank you. I tried timeouts, put her in a room, she'd come out, tell her not to do something, she kept doing it.
You better get a book called Timeout for Toddlers.
And hit her with it.
Because this coming out of a timeout means you don't know how to do a timeout.
Okay. Well, actually, this was a while ago. I've gotten a lot better at it.
What's timeouts? Like a hockey penalty?
Well, they say they're however old they are. Like, so when she was 2, she got 2 minutes.
Yeah, but they have to
However
be
old
in
they are?
Yeah, the number of minutes of their age.
Of their age. Now she's 5, so she gets 5
She got 5 minutes. And they have to
do that stand on my head.
But then they have to be at least a minute of calm down and not crying too.
Oh, really?
Or they don't
and
come
what
out.
happens
And
if they
come out?
What's coming out? What if they just spin out and they're not doing it?
Then
And what do you mean come out? Do you lock them in the room?
If you have to.
Well, my daughter...
Jesus Christ, I'm 33. I wish someone would give me a timeout.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to masturbate and nap. They come, Adam, it's been 5... Hey, could you give me another 33 minutes here, please?
Get this book, Time Out for Toddlers. I swear to you, it will change everything.
Okay,
and it completely eliminates the need for physical violence of any type.
Right.
And it's so much more effective. Understand, anybody that works with you worked with kids. People that work with children knows that punishment...
You cast some kids in your porn movies?
Wait a minute, Adam's hang on.
Please.
She was a gymnastics instructor for.
Oh, that's right. Jeez, I got to hear about that. Yeah, hurry up, Drew.
All right, that punishment, that abuse and punishment, escalates the behaviors. It may stop them immediately. Like if it's a life-threatening situation, you must stop the behavior. Yes, then you can strike a child, but expect there'll be a reaction to that. Anyone that knows about human behavior will tell you that the way to shape human behavior is to withdraw a positive. Take away something that they want to be doing or want to have, and taking them out of their environment and putting them alone somewhere is a negative conditioning pattern.
Yeah.
It's taking them away from the things they want to be doing.
Yeah, I just heard that report, too. They just said on the AM radio the other day, you smack kids around and they get antisocial and they violent and all that stuff.
Tremendous evidence for that.
All right. How good a gymnast were you, Shane?
Not that great. I was all right. I like the balance.
Listen, what do you think? Yeah, I'm not going to set up a pommel horse. You can't lie a little bit for the radio?
I was the best. I tell you. I could have gone to the Olympics.
Yeah, hadn't been for that injury, right?
Yeah, I really thrashed my knee.
Yeah, good. She's a vamper, this one. She can scat. But you can do, you're very flexible, right? And you taught kids how to do, I was going to say pornography, gymnastics?
That is horrible. Would you please
I
stop
swear to
saying
God,
that?
it just flew out of my mouth.
Sometimes my job's a little difficult. You are making it
Oh, please, you love your job. You're laughing all the way to the bank. You taught kids like, what, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds how to do this stuff?
2-year-olds through 3rd graders.
You think any of the parents rent a naughty movie on the weekend, got home and go, oh, my God.
Isn't that the gymnastics teacher? That's what I was, gymnastics. No, the kids could say gymnastics.
They say gymnastics?
Gymnastics, yeah.
But for snack break, they'll have bananas. All right. True, I'm trying to put a little humor in the show. I got to kill 10 hours a week, ladies and gentlemen. It's not like I just go do something. All right. All right, wise ass.
I can't hear you guys. I can't hear.
You can't hear?
Hello?
Melissa?
Yeah?
What's happening?
Oh, well, okay. I just want to say, first of all, that I love your guys' show.
That's right.
No, seriously. And,
It's good when you say that. It makes Adam feel better tonight.
oh.
All right.
Okay, well, this question is for my sister. I'm 18 and she's 23. And in the past, she's had a history of being very, very sexually active. And she's had STDs from it. And I'm just very, very worried about her. And I'm just kind of wondering, is this like genetic or is it...
Well, what is... Do you think it's a response to something?
Well, because, see, her dad is not my dad. Her dad died.
Enough said.
Yeah. How old was
He
she?
kind of had a problem with the drug overdose.
Oh, okay. Well,
He did?
Yeah.
Well, that's what this is about.
Yeah, there's no hoe gene.
Yeah.
It's just...
this is acting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean...
So she needs some help dealing with those feelings that are left over from the helplessness and pain of having to deal with a dad that's an addict and then died of that disease.
Yeah, I mean...
And she may be a sexual addict herself. I mean, there's a 50% probability that she has addictive genes.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that gene causes people to do is act out sexually compulsively sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So she might want to steer her towards the direction of help before she gets into things that permanently alter her life course.
What's she do for a living?
Actually, she has a kid. So she's kind of at home.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I just really,
Can you talk
worried
to your
about
parents,
her.
your mom anyway about it?
Excuse me?
Can you talk to your mom about it?
My mom knows about it, and I've told her about it, and
Talk to her some more about it.
yeah,
Does your mom go to Al-Anon or anything like that?
No, not really. I mean, my mom doesn't really know how to react to it. You know, it's just, I don't know. I think it's hard on my sister. She kind of uses it as a weapon.
Sure.
So
Did you say she's has a boyfriend now, though?
Actually, she's getting married.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, but
Well-
she's just.
Is she endangering that relationship?
I think so.
Well, what does she tell you?
She tells me everything's gonna be fine. And
Well, why? What do you know then?
Excuse me?
Well, how do you know so much?
She tells me. She tells me, but then I say, I'm worried about you, and then she'll say, well, don't worry about me, but then she goes and does something to mess it up.
Yeah.
Because she's now kind of flirting with her fiance's best friend.
Oh, boy. See, she's sabotaging.
Listen, my whole thing is, I do whatever you want. Go have sex with an otter, for Christ's sake. I don't care. But don't have kids and then keep acting out that way, because that's just one more mouth for me to feed, one more prison to build to keep the kid housed. I mean, you can't destroy your kids that way. And partially because I feel sorry for the kids, and partially it's selfish. I don't want to live in a society with I don't want to get shot by this kid. I don't want to have to take care of everybody. Am I right, Shane?
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
You have a sister?
I have 3 little sisters.
Uh-oh. What do they think? That wasn't one of them, was it?
No.
No. Okay. Drew, you can get out of here. I can talk to Shane for a second. Do they know what you do for a living?
One of them. The other 2 are pretty young.
How old are they?
Let's see, 16, and the other one's going to be 13 soon.
Mm-hmm. But surely the 16-year-old.
I think she has a very good idea of what I do. I'm very open with her.
Uh-huh. Is she all right with that? Yeah.
She's a really neat teenager, actually. She has a really good head on her shoulders.
And
It's pretty awesome.
What's the other one? How old's the older one?
24.
Mm-hmm. She look like you at all?
She's 25. I forget. I'm so old now.
She look like you?
People think that either they think we really look alike or they think we don't look alike at all.
Okay, that doesn't help me at all.
She's got like
That's just
I
a
don't
push.
know. No, she's kind of like more. I'm more
She's
like
curvier?
a stick
Got a big
figure,
ass?
and she's like
She's
more
wide?
curvy.
Yeah. No, you're
curvy.
yeah. Shane is. Could
A stick
you stand
figure.
up for a second? Let me look at you just for a minute. Do you have implants?
Of course.
I know. Well, because you'd have to, because it's like. It's like you're putting apples on a number 2 pencil or something.
I need some implants in my butt. That's
Very
what I
slender.
need.
I have no ass either. We could have a super race of humans with no ass. Eliminate the ass from the species.
We
if
don't
you and
want
I...
to do that. Come
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Booty's always good.
All right. We couldn't be together anyway because of my windbreaking problem.
Yeah, this is correct.
All right, we'll go to break. Would that seriously be a deal breaker, my windbreaking?
Now that I've been spoiled by my husband, oh yeah, let me tell you.
I like the fact that you typify him not farting on you as being spoiled by him.
Yes,
but now,
true.
now you know.
It's nice.
Yes,
it's better. It's it's a move up from the doing it and then having someone shove your head underneath the covers and not let you out.
Dutch oven.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Seymour did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, your name's Seymour Butts. Decorum is not your middle name. All right. Seymour Decorum Butts, everybody. We're going to take a little fart break, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Tyra Banks will be in tomorrow night. Shane does Shane's World. She's a adult videographer. She's done a few movies herself. Done a couple of the Backdoor movies, Shane.
Well, they aren't specifically backdoor movies.
Right, but
happen to have maybe a little backdoor stuff in them.
Right. And, Shane's ass Drew, is about as wide as like a pocket calculator. I mean, it's about that wide across. There are guys in the industry whose penis is actually wider than the outside of your ass. So I don't know what she had to do to accommodate that. But we had an anal sex expert in here like a week ago, and when we were talking, it's been a real porn fest here. Do you have to do an enema before you do something like that?
No,
it's not considered
me.
Professional courtesy.
I don't.
You don't do that?
No, it kind of messes things up for me.
Yeah.
I don't mean it like no, I shouldn't say messes thing up.
But
I just
like
get more sensitive down there if I do something like that. So
it's worth a try.
Yeah, that'll be enough of that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Not into the butt stuff myself. Brian?
Yeah.
You're 13?
Yeah.
Ever do an anal scene?
Awful.
Brian, what's going on?
Okay, well, I was at the park today.
You were at the park?
The park right across the street.
Uh-huh.
And I was to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I came back, and this girl, my stepbrother knows her friends were there, and her friend came and offered me a blowjob.
How old a person was this?
In 9th grade.
Okay.
About 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
And, so basically, her friend was asking for a blowjob from another friend. You know what I'm saying?
No, but keep going.
Okay, so one friend came up to me.
All right, but what's your question for us?
Was that I let it down, and I said I didn't want one because I didn't know her really.
Good.
And so So was that like the right thing to do, or
yeah, sure.
What should I have done?
You did the right thing.
Don't ask Adam, but
no, I mean he's 13. The guy had a nice nut sweat going after just coming back from the park. I understand that, but
look, if somebody didn't know, it was an overwhelming situation. He wasn't prepared.
I'm just
for
saying,
this. He's 13.
You're going to be 21, still not the recipient of a blowjob, and you're going to be longing to turn back the calendar.
But did the right thing nonetheless.
This is correct, yeah.
Well, listen, anytime...
It's very smart of him to think of that.
Sexually, anytime you don't want to do something, it's not really any different than any other thing. You don't feel comfortable with something, you don't do it. You don't question yourself. It's funny, sex is one that does that. I mean, some guy comes up to you on the street and says, hey, you want to buy a watch? And you go, no, I already got a watch. You walk away. You don't go away all day going, I wonder if I should have bought that watch. I guess I should have bought that watch. Start talking to people. Sex is the only thing that does that. I mean, this poor Brian is going to lament this for the next 5 years. His buddies are going to punch him a year from now because they've heard the Turn Down the BJ story one too many times. So the story was you came home and this girl offered it to you, this older woman who was 15.
Yeah.
And what'd she look like?
I mean, she was pretty hot.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
that's
she
a
was
factor.
Fine.
She was what?
She was fine.
Uh-huh. Well, maybe, and why did she offer it to you?
Well, her friend offered it for her.
Oh, I see.
So, she didn't have to do it. But I know, it was...
Her friend offered it for her, meaning her friend said she'll do it in her place, or she offered her... Oh, for
services to you.
Yeah.
All right, listen. There's girl number 1 who's hot, right?
Yeah.
And then there's girl number 2 who's her friend.
Mm-hmm.
Who...
Her friend offered it for her.
Uh-huh. For girl number 1.
Yeah, because I guess she was embarrassed.
Yeah, but Brian, they were just yanking your chain.
Probably.
They weren't actually going to do it.
So it's probably a good thing you turned him down.
Well, listen,
Save yourself some embarrassment.
She may have been totally serious, but her friend may not have had any real intention of doing this. Well, I might as well believe, though.
He did the right thing.
It doesn't
though.
harm the lad.
He made a good judgment either way.
Yeah. This is on the condition that he gets one somewhere in the next 5 years. But believe me, if he's 19 and a half and hasn't got one yet, it's historically going to look horrible. Do you understand?
History will be good to this decision.
I don't know. Worse than Hitler going into the Soviet Union in wintertime.
Jody,
Hi.
what's up? Are you there?
Yeah.
What's going on?
A few times I've run away from home, and like a while back, like in January, I ran away and I called this guy. He was like 19 at the time, and we had sex and everything. And then I went.
When was this?
Huh?
When was this?
Like back in January.
How old were you then?
I was still 15.
Mm-hmm. And he's 19.
He was 19. He's 20 now.
Beautiful. What's your question?
And I got spent the night at his friend's house and had sex with his friend too.
Say on another night?
Not the same night.
Oh, okay.
After he had left.
What are your parents doing to you at home? Are they physically beating you?
No.
Well, they got to be doing something.
What are they doing to you?
I just do it just for like some freedom.
What are they doing to you?
Nothing. I just like want some freedom. And
People don't run away from. Have you stayed away from home when you run away?
Yeah.
How long have you stayed away?
Most of like have to be like 5 or 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people don't just. Run away.
Where's Papa?
In his bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Is that your real dad?
No.
Where is your dad?
Where's Papa?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you have it. What? Never met him?
Nope.
As far as you know, how old were you when he left?
I wasn't even born.
Has stepdad been around for a while?
Yeah.
How long?
Let me see. We're at about 11, 12 years.
How does he treat you?
He treats me okay.
And mom?
Mom, yeah, she's pretty cool sometimes.
Do you have a lot of fights with her?
With both my parents.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen. Here's the deal, Jody. If in fact there's no physical abuse, no emotional or verbal abuse, and things are okay on the home front as you said they were, then why don't you stop effing up and stay at home?
I know.
All right, you're gonna get yourself killed.
I know.
All right.
And
I don't
pregnant.
feel sorry for you. Stay home, would you?
Yeah.
Stay in school and quit screwing up.
These guys are abusing you. Do you understand that?
Actually, I kind of persuaded him to do it.
Doesn't matter.
They're abusing you. Two guys participating in your abuse.
Because you're a kid and you're scared and you're dumb. So it's not your fault. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So stop screwing up. Stay home, would you?
Okay.
Please. You're gonna get into trouble.
That doesn't answer my question, though.
What's your question?
Okay. The thing is that since I've had sex with him, the only thing I can seem to get is like older guys for me.
Are you telling me you've never been struck? No one has ever disciplined you by hitting you?
Yeah, I've had that
Okay.
a
All right.
long time ago.
Okay.
All right. Well, there's no answer to this other than
don't do it.
Stop acting out.
Stop doing it.
Oh, okay.
You're seeking this as in a destructive way. It's not going to lead to happiness. It's going to lead to more destruction and more pain.
Okay. Listen, I'm telling you, Shane, you understand? You have a girl, you got to keep Dad around. Otherwise, she's climbing out the window and hanging out with 19-year-old guys in their vans.
I did that.
Yeah. When Dad is like a live-in chastity belt. And it's not because he protects the girl. It's he takes away the motivation. It's not that he's at the door with a shotgun so guys aren't going to be coming around.
Oh, my dad did that.
But you can never... Your dad wasn't around, though.
No, when I got older, he did that.
Well, he came back with a shotgun, but it was too late because you cannot watch someone 24/7. I mean, you got to work for a living, right? I mean, kids are diabolical. Believe me, they'll head off to school with a smile and a book bag, and they'll never make it to school.
Yeah.
They'll be smoking weed down at the reservoir and getting laid right there in the sand. Believe me, I know what these kids do. I used to watch other kids getting laid on the sand. I know what went on. So The girls need dad around. Otherwise, they all just they all spin out of control.
Well, unless their dad's an unhealthy dad, then they don't need them around.
Well, that's a good point, but I think that goes without saying. They need a healthy dad who's available. Otherwise, they all turn into prostitutes. And number two, this whole everyone's being raised by a step-parent thing, I can't see this thing working. God bless step-parents for trying, but really the only thing that makes child raising even close to tolerable is that you have to. It's your blood. Otherwise, you got
I have awesome step-parents.
You got some little puke vomiting on you. They're getting into trouble. How good are your step-parents?
I have a stepfather and a stepmother, and my stepfather came, let's see, right around junior high, he came into my life. By then, I was already completely screwed up.
That's right.
The stepfather I had before, but he's actually like, you don't even know what this guy has to tolerate.
How come everyone
makes our points for us? It denies it and then makes our points for us.
No, I'm just saying, like, I did have a bad one, but then the one, my mom's new husband, he put me through therapy.
You start out with, I have no problem with Dad. He's great.
No, I said I have a wonderful stepfather.
All right, hold on.
Very, very originally, though.
Shut Shane's mic for a second, Engineer Mike. I have to do a quick Shane recap. First, listen, Shane, you're in the porn industry, so obviously you probably don't have a good relationship with your dad.
No, you said we have a theory about the relationship with the dad.
Right. No, my dad's great. Is he in your life? Yes, he is. Really? Yeah? You have a relationship with dad? Yes, he's great. Okay. So you knew him when he was growing up? No, he wasn't around. Okay, that's A, number one. B, number two, I make the blanket statement. Listen, step-parenting's a tough job. I don't think a lot of people are up to it, and I think they can't possibly be as involved as they should be. Hey, whoa. What are you talking about? I have two great step-parents. Really? Oh, yes. When did that step-parent come around? Oh, junior high. Actually, the second one came around after I was screwed up from the first one. Please, everybody, stop arguing with me. I know all and tell all. Right, Drew? Yeah, okay.
You're my stern but groovy master, Adam.
Thank you. It's fabulous, Jennifer Gray. All right, Shane, you all right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll be back. She's made an adult movie or two. Shane's World is her thing. Tyra Banks is going to be in here tomorrow. Tyra's a, what you call a supermodel there, and she's got herself a book called Tyra's Beauty Inside and Out. And I'm just reading through this thing here. She's, let's see, she's dealing with issues of self-esteem and beauty, the same ones that many young women have. I like when they talk about this kind of stuff. She's one of the most well-known models in the world, continuously breaking new ground in the world of modeling.
Sounds like she's a physicist.
There should be some sort of prize for women that break new ground in modeling, shouldn't there be, Drew? Like the silver C Cup medallion or something. I'm breaking new ground in modeling. This is ridiculous. I like Tyra, and we'll have a fun time with her, I'm sure. But listen, all this crap. She was the first African-American woman to co-share the cover of the Sports Illustrated lingerie. Oh, God, kiss my ass, please. You gotta do better than that, everybody. She's breaking new ground modeling. Anyway, I'm just reading this thing here, and she spent a lot of time worrying about her body type. She was insecure about it. She full of self-doubts, but she feels good about herself now, and she's going to come on the show tomorrow night and tell us all about it. Plus, she has a crush on Dr. Drew. And Dr. Drew felt her abdomen last time she was in here. Hey, you want to feel up Shane? I know it's kind of a tradition.
No, it's okay. Of course.
Okay. Drew, you broke any new ground modeling lately? Hey, it's hard work. You know, doing heroin and eating grapes and getting paid $5,000 a day? It's rough work. Okay.
All right, here we go.
I'm breaking some new wind modeling.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Breaking new ground. What contributions do you think she's made to the modeling world, Drew? Okay.
She may cancel.
Okay. All right, we'll talk to her.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I'm not being. I don't.
You're not disparaging her. You're disparaging the publicist.
No, it's just that in this whole goddamn modeling thing, everybody relax already. There's a good-looking women walking up and down, get paid a lot of money. That's it. It's not hard work, and there's no ground to break. John.
Yeah. About 4 weeks ago, I met this girl. I mean, I'd known her for like 4 hours, and I ended up sleeping with her. Well, I got crabs right afterwards. It just figures, you know. Well, ever since then, I've been trying to get rid of them. I mean, I've cleaned my carpet, I've cleaned my sheets, cleaned my bed, cleaned my clothes. I've done everything. I've used the Rid. I've combed my, you know.
You know, it's funny when a guy with a southern drawl says cleaned his carpet, everything sounds like some sort of euphemism or vernacular or something. Cleaned my carpet. I'm like, okay, went down on your girlfriend? What the hell? I thought he was talking about cleaning his genital region, didn't you?
No. John, have you used prescription medication?
Well, I went to my doctor, and he just told me to use that Rid.
Then you need a different shampoo and soap and do it a couple of times. Get some plain old Quell.
Well, can you get that over the counter?
I don't
know.
Hold on, and Drew, what's wrong with this country? Here's this country's policy when it comes to medication. Stuff that doesn't really work very good, go ahead and buy that.
Yeah.
The stuff that's real expensive and that works and that you actually need, that you got to get in line for.
No,
what is that?
Because stronger stuff has more.
But what are you doing?
Effects.
Are you eating the crap? It's crab. It's crab shampoo, for Christ's sake.
It's a potent poison.
Yeah, but
you know, people using it over and over again.
If I go down to the goddamn Home Depot, I can buy a metric ton of rat poison.
Right.
There's no physician there.
Okay.
I want to rub it on my nuts. I rub it on my nuts.
But you need to use Quell or Elamite. Okay.
Okay.
There's cream, soaps, shampoo. You got to get the whole kit going. And then you have to wash all your towels and your bedclothes and do your carpets and all that stuff. But you got to get it off of you first, and I don't think you've done that. All right?
Oh, no.
All right.
All right.
You're like a walking tide pool. I've never had crabs. Shane, you must have had crabs.
I got crabs in high school once.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't know what they were. I have no idea.
It's ironic that you got crabs before you got into the porn industry.
I know.
And you didn't get crabs once you were in, huh?
No. I didn't really, it's not like I've done a lot of scenes or anything, though.
Well, I think you've done it. You have, yeah, sure.
No, really, I haven't.
I beg to differ.
It's relative to Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, not as many as Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, I know.
Ron doesn't even remember what movies he's in. That's the beauty of the porn industry. I start rattling off movies Ron Jeremy said, huh? What? No, I didn't see that. Ron, you were in it, you idiot. Hey, I guess we make 1,500 films, though. Yeah, all right. So you never got the crabs from the porn industry, but you got them in high school.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I think about the porn industry, Drew? You know how they say, like, actually, race car driving is safer than commuting because of all the safety equipment and precautions that are taken? I think being in porn movies is safer than just going out and having sex with people at bars.
Possibly.
Okay.
Sarah.
Drew just acknowledges my statements. He doesn't necessarily
Not even commenting.
go either way with him.
I dare challenge him.
Sarah?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I'm 15 years old, and I have a boyfriend. But lately, I've been thinking about girls, and I don't know if you'd call me bisexual.
You're gay.
Well, most 15-year-olds have bisexual feelings. So that's just part of being 15. Doesn't mean you're going to mature to be bisexual. Doesn't mean you're going to be gay or heterosexual. It means you're 15 and you're trying to figure things out. All right?
Okay.
Don't sweat it. Is everything else otherwise okay in your life?
No.
Is what?
That's the problem. That's what I get at.
What else is wrong?
Why are you depressed?
What? I'm not.
You're not?
No.
You sure?
I'm not.
Your grades okay?
No, I'm not in school.
What happened? You're in an accelerated program or something, and you're bound for college?
I don't know drugs.
Oh, drugs?
Yeah.
Okay. But besides being kicked out of school and the drugs, everything fine?
Sarah,
okay.
That's not everything
Thanks.
being fine. That's not everything being fine, Sarah.
I don't know.
That's not being fine at all.
What'd your dad do to you?
I don't know him.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Please, everyone get to know their dads.
Well, I know. Well,
What'd your stepdad do to you?
no, my uncle.
Your uncle.
Yeah,
What did
boy.
he do to you?
molest me.
Yeah.
That's great. You know, Dad probably said, listen, I'm not going to be able to be around to raise my kid. He's talking to his brother. Could you do me a favor, go over there and molest her every once in a while? I'm going to be pretty busy driving a truck. Oh, I hate this country of ours. That impulse of uncle, your brother, feeling up your kid is the most bizarre and frightening and repugnant thing I can think of. I have a
what
sister.
About a father doing it to their child?
That is
mind-boggling.
That is mind-boggling. But there's kind of a name for that. You know what I mean? That's like incest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
You mean it's been reported?
I just mean when Dad feels up his daughter, as sick and as foul as that is, it's almost like a condition. Oh, that's incest, or I've heard of that. The brother's like a step removed, and I know this sounds like
it's more aggressive,
retarded logic, but it's even weirder to me that like that I go up and feel
because he's violating all the other relationships too.
Yeah, that my sister has a kid, and I think it's fouler and weirder for me to go touch her kid than it would be to touch my own kid, as foul as that would be as well.
I can say that.
I mean, it's your brother's coming over to feel up your kid.
And by the way, feeling up, when she says she was molested, she probably doesn't mean just feeling up. She means having sex with the guy.
Okay. So, oh boy. So what do you do?
Get help.
You got to get help. Please get help.
And don't feel like you're by yourself, because it happens to a large percentage.
40% of American teens report some form of abuse by the time they're 16.
And those are the ones that report it.
Oh, thank God my Latsie's not here to see this. Living in this kind of world. Molestation, rape, incest. Oh, by the way, I'm not a religious man, but you know when somebody dies, people say the Lord had like some work, had a plan. Does that go for animals too?
Sure.
The Lord lost a tennis ball or something and needed my dog to go find it in the ivy, or do you think that's true?
Sure.
All right, I feel better. It's got a plan, like God's got a sled team or something.
Maybe he was such a rad dog that God wants to bring him back, like, as a human now.
I hope he's running a concentration camp, and he's going to get guys like our last caller's uncle, and Lotsie will be there guarding the gates.
That's my dream tonight.
There you go.
Lotsie spends eternity like one of those Hogan's Heroes watchdogs, just mauling molesters. All right. Well, that's all right, because at my house, he was just chewing slippers and cramping. We'll be back.
There's not enough money in the world.
Oh, baby.
I love him to death. He's
Don't
a nice
say that.
guy, but
He's a hero of mine.
Oh, come on. I'm just not, I didn't really do a lot of scenes with the men in this industry.
Mm-hmm. They never got around to Ron.
I'm sexually attracted to Ron. I get along with him.
Peter North.
Nice guy. I had to do a scene with Peter North.
Sure.
Yeah.
The decorator. I'd say this man has a gag penis, Drew. I swear to God. Ann, have you ever seen a Peter North? I mean, it is like someone took a 5-pound ball of white yarn, put a hole in his back, and strung it out his urethra. You know, like those old mustard gag containers where you'd squeeze the plastic and the yellow yarn would go flying out? It's like that, but I mean, it just keeps going. Am I right?
True. Yeah, he takes different vitamins to make that happen. It's true. I've never seen anything like it.
This can't just be vitamins. I mean, this is some sort of gift. I mean, this is a calling. Do you understand?
Could be.
Well,
I mean, but he does take vitamins, and he won't give up his secret. So
but
I happen
please,
to think
no,
that the vitamins
Drew,
have a lot to do with it.
please, you could break into the Herbalife building and consume the entire, second floor, and you wouldn't be able to come up with
warehouse
that.
Wouldn't do it.
I mean, Drew, you would watch this, you'd say this is trick photography. Am I right?
We got to go, Adam. It shows up.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm done talking about porn. Shane's World, go get that. Fantastic. Oh, that's Drew peeling out for the parking lot. That's what it sounds like when Drew leaves every night. And I've noticed the front air dam of your brand new car's already got a scuff in it.
It does?
Yeah, go look at it. Yeah, the front. Yeah. Right. All right. The fabulous supermodel Tyra Banks will be in here tomorrow to Professor Love for Dr. Drew. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.